My name is Casey Lowenthal, and I'm the Customer Success Manager here. I've been with Engage by Cell for 8 years as of last October. And my role is working with our current clients, such as Carl, to help find the value in the services and build a partnership over a long time. So the next slide. And a bit about Engage by Cell. We are a US-based organization. We have team members in all time zones. So we are here to kind of help you guys out no matter where you are in the country. We've been in business for 20 years. We started out with audio tours as a primary service, and as cell phones have advanced and communication has changed, we have as well. So started out with audio guides. We now have mobile web apps. We have text messaging. We have employee onboarding task managers, a bunch of different resources that are fun for your organization to use. And we pride ourselves on our customer support. So we do not have chatbots. We have team members here to help you, to onboard you, to train you, and walk you through the process. On the right-hand side is some of our examples of some clients. This is 5 of a few thousand that we work with, and our range of usage. So if you're not a museum or a zoo today and thinking that's what Carl's all about, we work with many other organizations for a variety of different mobile services, and take our examples today with a grain of salt and kind of see how you can apply them to your industry. But today's focus is really going to be about employee communication. There may or may not be some emails that you send out that you wish got opened more. There's employees that are out in the field or part-time at a desk, or maybe they don't even have work emails. So this is kind of what we're going to talk about, is how to implement technology that can be on the device that everyone else has in their hands. I always like to kind of use the example with employee communication and in communication in general, that as you can see on this little screenshot, that person has 100+ unread emails. If there's a single person on this webinar that has 100+ unread text messages, put it in the chat. I'll send you $10. It doesn't happen. Text messages get read, they get opened, and that information is received. 20 to 30% open rate of an email is actually a really good open rate. So if there's something important that Carl's going to kind of talk about today, of employee updates, training, safety alerts, new products, new exhibits, anything of that sort, notifying them via text message is definitely the best way to go. Now we're going to bring in Carl Lieber from Cal Academy of Science, the Director of Guest Engagement. Say hello, Carl.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Casey. Great introduction. Again, my name is Carl Lieber. I've been with the California Academy of Sciences for almost 17 years now, and started as an entry-level employee, kind of worked my way through to where I'm overseeing multiple departments and our business partners now. And our relationship with Engage by Cell, for me, began about 2 years ago, but for the organization began back in 2008 when we reopened our new building, and we're partners with Engage by Cell for audio tours. So it was exciting to re-engage that relationship, if you will, and learn about some of this new technology that really has been a game changer for us in employee communication. So I oversee a team of about 120 staff, and as Casey mentioned, getting information to them that's readily available and important quickly was a key reason for using this technology.
Yeah, perfect. Great introduction. And we'll kind of start out what were your kind of pains prior to working with Engage by Cell that maybe led you to looking into what else is out there?
Sure. I mean, so the reason I purchased the new service was by a means to communicate and directly text message our staff. So we're having a hard time if we had open positions or open spots that we needed to fill that day, reaching out to all of our staff in an immediate, meaningful way, something that they were going to see and have a good chance of responding to. We knew we needed to be in the text message environment, and so that's what started it. It was a way that my managers can communicate out to the entire team. Hey guys, we have 2 shifts open today. If you want to work it, give us a call. And that started it. And then along with those benefits came a whole slew of other opportunities and benefits, specifically the mobile web app. So we've taken that and designed our mobile web app to put all of our training documents, all of our uniform guidelines. We're working on building out the onboarding that you talked about in different ways that, so when we have a staff member first join, like part of their first day is learning about Engage by Cell, learning about, our mobile site and access to all the training.
Perfect. Yeah, Megan, if you want to go to the next slide, this is kind of an example of that mobile site that Carl's talking about. I'll expand on that a little bit. So these mobile sites are no code process. You don't need to be a web designer in order to build out this content. And it essentially allows you to put a variety of resources in one localized site. We all know when you're an employee of an organization, you're getting those health safety standards, you're getting those safety protocols, you're getting new training materials. All those live in a variety of things or a variety of places. And if you're not someone who's diligent about organizing all of your documents in specific folders, those things can be difficult to track back down. Carl probably gets calls and emails all the time. Hey, what's this? What's the uniform standards right now or before this? And he can just point them directly to this mobile site. It's saved on the user's device as a little icon, so they can pull that back up. And as they get educated on, hey, check the mobile site over time, they don't even have to reach out to Carl. So that gets some time back on his part. But these mobile sites can be designed in a variety of ways, branded to your organization, and allows you to kind of quickly and accessibly add information on the fly and publish it immediately and make it readily available.
Yeah.
Carl, you guys have added a variety of things. Like you said, you started out with trying to fill out some shifts. What has been one of the highlights of information that you've added to your site that your employees have really valued?
You hit on 3 of them here. So the biggest win that I'll share with everyone here is our health and safety. So we have legal requirements in California to review health and safety topics once a month and collect employee signature with that. And before Engage by Cell, that was a manual process of a sheet of paper, reviewing it with the staff member and having them sign off. And you can imagine tracking down 100 plus staff members to get that done. Our compliance was in the 60% range. And so working with our health and safety and HR team, we're the only team in the organization that they've given approval to use an electronic system for capturing and gathering this information. And we're doing all of that through Engage by Cell, through their quiz platform. So we every month we load up our health and safety information, and then we have a quiz that staff answer in regards to directly relating to health and safety, and then sign off with their name and date. And so that's been just an exponential save in time. And so we'll send a text message out to all the staff at the beginning of the month when the new health and safety is out, and then a follow-up reminder for anyone who hasn't completed it. And we're better than 90% compliance now. So that was a huge win. You can imagine leading a team of 100 plus. There's so many different levels of desire to learn and abilities to learn. And so Engage by Cell really gave us that opportunity to let staff kind of take the learning in their own accord, if you will. And so we have pretty complex evacuation procedures and techniques here, but we've linked them all to our site in a video format. So all of our staff, regardless of where they are, even in the event of an emergency happening, they can pull out their phone and get reminders, get tips and tricks on exactly what's expected of them in that time of emergency, or just reviewing our policies. If it's as simple as, I think Casey told me in a recent review that my uniform guidelines was my most viewed page. So it was one of those telling, like, all right, they are looking at it. So
Yeah. Am I allowed to wear shoes that have fire on them today to work? Let me check my standards and see what I can do.
Right.
That's great. Yeah, no, I think you guys have that challenge too of you're working with the public as well as running a staff of 120. So it's 120 people taking care of thousands a day. So having to be able to reach them in the small amount of time that they have, or just being like, you guys have a big facility, multi-levels, spread out, trying to get 120 people in one location is probably impossible at any given time, yet alone in an emergency or an evacuation of some sort. So that, no, it's a great example. Will you share the example you shared with me of the AZA check that you had recently?
Yeah, so we were recently going through our AZA accreditation process, and I was meeting with the accreditation team, and they asked me about training and how do I train staff. And I started telling them about a tool I was using, and I was like, God, why am I telling you this? Let me show you. And pulled out my phone, went right to the Engage by Cell page, and was showing them, basically my mobile web page that we built for our staff. And they were super impressed that we had all that information gathered in one place that's dynamic, that changes as updates happen in real time, and that all of the staff have access to that in their pocket at any given time. It was something that they were quite impressed by, and likely something we'll try to share out with more of that zoo and aquarium museum community.
Yeah, no, it's a perfect example. Even organizations as big as AZA hasn't necessarily seen fixes like this, and I know ultimately, the next question I have for you is what's the typical uptake to get something like this going for your organization?
I mean, what did it take? It took a call to you and David and saying, "Hey, like, let's make this happen." And I think within a couple of weeks, we had talked about exactly, what offerings there are. You guys have a whole slew of different pieces and components, and it was kind of picking and choosing what was the most important and impactful for us here at the Academy. Um, it was immediate implementation, right? It's the use of the platform is very easy, and the help, Casey, that you and the team provide. I mean, if I need something done, I give you a call and it happens, right? And maybe it's, hey, here's two versions. Which one do you like better? And so
Yep.
from an implementation standpoint, it was almost no lift. And then we had sort of the manager and the staff training component of that, which again, it's a very light lift. Where I'm working with a workforce that grew up with devices that they're basically showing me how to do some of the new features some of the time. So very easy to adapt to. And when you were talking about no bot and real customer service, like, that's a real thing. Like, if you send an email or you call, like, you talk to a real person ready to help you.
Yeah, no, that's great, and we take pride in that. We have a full team for onboarding and training and support moving forward, and the product can really grow with you as well. So we always recommend walk before you run. Carl mentioned we have 50 services that you could find value in, but trying to start all 50 at one time will be overwhelming. So started out with texting, built some training materials, and we revamped their site a little bit recently, and they're going to have even more content on there and maybe spread out to other departments down the line when it kind of spreads like wildfire through the organization. So appreciate that, Carl. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I look forward to right now it's all staff facing. So I look forward to our guest facing build out here in the next few months. So
yeah, no, and that's actually a good point. Is this can be separated. It doesn't need to be this is for the staff and for the client facing. These could be completely different sites. They don't touch each other's stuff, but the value is that the tools can be used for both. You have reporting that tracks everything that's done in every aspect of the platform. So when you need to pull a report and show that once a month, you don't have to count 120 pieces of paper and pull the results and add them to a spreadsheet and spend even more time.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. Moving forward. Thank you. All right, so we've touched a little bit on this, higher training completion and retention rates, faster onboarding for new hires. That's actually a good one you kind of touched on, that you spend some time with them on how to learn the platform moving forward, and use this as a resource. And then how is your team accessing the site? Do you have like part of like a brochure, or do you just have them text in? How are they getting to the site?
Exactly. So as part of our onboarding, we just have them text us so that they're in the system. It builds their profile, and then we have different levels of staff, so we add them to different contact lists in the back end. So when we're text messaging out a group for a certain shift, we're not hitting all the folks that we don't need to. And
Perfect.
really, like I said, the learning curve for a lot of my staff is there is none, right? They understand how
Yep.
the platform and technology works. And for some of my non-technically advanced staff, I mean, it's really a basic piece, and we've done a good job in building the site so that it's easy for everyone to use and learn.
Yeah, no, and that's a good point. Technology is not going away, and the younger workforce they're more adept than most of us are probably on this call right now. So you kind of got to hit them where it works in order for it to work. So that's a good point. Couple more slides. Engage by Sell in action. So we've kind of touched on some of these. Two main services that we offer that Carl's taken part in is the text messaging and the mobile web application, real-time analytics, automated updates. Outside of that, if you have any other needs, let us know. We do have, like I mentioned, onboarding task managers. We have MMS messaging to send images, text chat for customer support, variety of different things that I think could be useful. Couple key takeaways, and I think that we've kind of drilled this point in, is meet the employees where they are. We all have these insane computers in our pockets our entire workday, whether we're supposed to or not. We check it. Even if you're not watching a training video, getting a text knowing that there is a new training video, you look at it and be like, okay, maybe I'll check this on my lunch break or on my outside time. But putting that information that's readily available right there, and then scale with your needs. Build some stuff, send it out. As you see usage, you'll get more kind of confident in the platform, and you'll want to add new stuff, reach out to other departments, get their stuff on it. So, I think that there's a lot of different ways that you can use this. So hopefully we've given a few examples to you all that will help you get forward with this. I touched on reporting and analytics, but we have a report for everything that happens within our platform. Carl mentioned using a super quiz to ask them some questions that can be designed to test your knowledge. It could also be designed with no right or wrong answers and be an employee manager survey, or you could use it as a scavenger hunt for your visitors. We have forms and polls to ask your staff. We have ability to upload videos and audio clips for podcasts, whatever it may be. Anything that's added does have reports and analytics. When it comes to text messaging, the open rates, we have a delivery rate. So you'll see how many messages got delivered. If you throw links in there, you'll see how many of them got clicked and be able to kind of build out follow-up from those different scenarios. So data is king these days. That's kind of the term out there, and it's true. And when you get a software, you need some data to back up the cost and report that to keep those budgets in there. So we provide all that for you guys. For any attendees that are left, we're going to open this up for any questions. There is a chat feature if you want to throw that, any questions that you have for Carl while we have him for a few more minutes. While you're typing those out, I just want to thank Carl, and if there's any last messages that you want to throw out to the audience, and we are recording this, so we'll send this to anyone who wasn't able to make it today as well. The floor is yours.
No, thank you, Casey, for inviting me. Again, I'm always happy to talk about a successful story with us. It's definitely been a fun, easy tool to manage, and like I said, I'm just really excited to move this into more of a guest-facing piece, and we're going to be using it to allow guests to alert us in real time if they have any assistance needs or immediate questions involving their visit here at the Academy, and also probably collect a little bit of feedback, like maybe get some survey out there to our guests.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. All right. Any questions? Got another minute or so. If not, we will just thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Carl, for taking the time and sharing your story with the audience and the people out there. And as always, we appreciate the business, and it's been fun working with you guys.
Likewise. Thank you to everyone who attended. And Casey, again, thank you for the time.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.